audio. Was it the mic or the game? So I have to start over.
No.
All right.
We'll just voice over it on
All right. So I make sure I made a short resume of what I said earlier since the mic was muted. Basically, I'll be doing Banjo Kazooie 100%. I am pixel911, and I'm going to be running the Xbox version today. The reason why I'm running the Xbox version, even if it's slower, is that it has a few different routes that are nice to do and nice to show, which makes some different stuff finally from the N64 version. So yeah, what we did in Spiral was basically basic movement to grab all the honeycombs. Since for 100% you have to grab all 900 notes, all 100 jiggies, and all 24 honeycombs. So I got all 6 in there. And first backflip is quite an inconsistent strat. For some reason, sometimes it just doesn't work. And then there's the ball skip where you have to land on a corner. And then jump over the trigger zone, so you can skip the actual cutscene. On Xbox, you cannot skip text, so that's why the version is overall slower. So missing ball skip loses like 10 seconds compared to on 64, where you lose about 5 seconds to do ball skip. So it's very important to get it on Xbox if you want a good spiral time. Oh no! I'm so freaking dumb. God damn. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back there. I completely messed up and just did not grab the honeycomb up there. So it's either going to be a 99% run or I'm going back into level after that. God damn, I feel so bad for that. So I'm going to do it after the level. Since the only way to respawn the Juju is to leave the level and then re-enter. So you'll see that I'm using quite a different route on Mumbo's Mountain as compared as the N64 route. The reason for that is that I have to become the termite in order to do the termite tower. Since the slope abuse thing, there's a glitch that you can use to abuse the termite tower slopes, and you can on the version 1.0 go up the tower as Banjo instead of going up the tower as the termite. So it skips the transformation, also skips 5 tokens. So overall it saves about 8 minutes. But since I cannot do it, because the Xbox is based on version 1.1, we have a different route that doesn't do this glitch. So here, by jumping on the stump before giving the orange, I'm skipping some of the jiggy dance animation. It takes a few seconds. By the way, you'll notice that even though I did not talk to Baldos during the level, I already have all the moves. For those who don't know, this is a glitch called FFM, which was discovered, I think, a bit more than a year ago. And what happens is before the run, you go in Furnace Fun and die and game over to a mini game When you do that, there's some address in the memory that doesn't get cleared, and that gets called as soon as you exit Grunty's lair the next time you do it, either in a new file or another file. And this memory address stores all the moves that you've learned throughout the game. So we're using this to actually have all the moves starting from level 1 instead of learning them along the way. So this is a major glitch that got, as I said, got discovered not so long ago. So all the new routes are based off that. So the current world record for the Xbox version is Shadowworm, who has a 2:15:30 something. I don't remember the exact time. Should be around that. And the overall, so N64 world record holder is Stivity Bobo with a 2:04:31, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. So basically, I left out all these Jiggy over there, so I could skip all the Jiggy dance cutscenes. So it saves about 4 seconds by Jiggy that I get as a termite, as opposed to grabbing it as Banjo. So there's at least that to getting the termite transform. Here we have one of the worst RNG possibles for that termite. Sometimes it's just over the notes, sometimes it's not on the way. It's all RNG, so I cannot do much about it, especially since as a termite, I cannot kill any enemies. So I just have to live with whatever the RNG gives me. If it wasn't for that honeycomb that I forgot up there, it would have been a quite decent Mumbo's mountain. So as I said, I'm gonna go grab the Jiggy up there. There's a way to skip this as a termite and do it as Banjo instead. But since I'm already the termite, I just grab it that way instead of going back with Banjo and trying to skip it. Would just be slower. So let's turn back to Banjo. Let's go grab that stupid honeycomb we forgot. It's alright, nothing can go wrong. By the way, how are y'all going, chat? It's gonna be a bit faster to go back this way. Since I already got everything, like, I don't mind doing a death warp there. Usually you wouldn't do that, but since that's the way I had to go, that's what I did. So the Banjo run is in pretty much two-part. It's not a very glitchy game, as in there's not many skips or stuff like that that you can do throughout the game, except that major FFM glitch. So it's pretty much all route and movement based. So before you learn Talon Trot, the fastest movement is roll, jump, flutter, and you flutter as soon as you can. So you can roll as soon as possible. But once you learn Talon Trot, so once you enter the first world, then the fastest way to move is simply just Talon Trot, jump, Talon Trot, jump. So there's no complicated movement thing, such as in some Mario games that you have to do certain movement things depending on where you want to go, what height you want to get. So you'll hear a lot of roos. That's normal. You should stop hearing them after a while. Also, you'll notice that I'm going there first usually you would go to the beach level treasure trove coast first. But since on Xbox I use an FFM setup, the moves glitch with all the moves learned, whereas on N64 you have a file without any eggs or feather moves learned. I do not get the consumables needed to do Treasure Trove Cove consistently. There's a way to do it first, but it's so hard, it saves so little time that it's not worth it usually. So I just go to Clankers first, and the only reason for that being that I need feathers. So we are entering Clankers Cavern. The level itself is pretty straightforward. It's an underwater level. The major point about it is that it's all cycle based. So for example, that first jump that I've missed is going to affect the cycle I'm going to get underwater. If I go fast enough, I might still get the cycle, but I probably won't. But what happens is there are ways to grab some bubbles and nodes under there that are faster than others, and the fish under here is like on a 20-second timer or so. Once you're done with this underwater part, then you raise the actual whale or whatever it is, mechanical whale shark thing. But once Clankers is raised, he's on a 10-second timer. So basically, each mistake you make may or may not make you lose a cycle. So I'm going to be quite tight on that cycle. I think I'm going to miss it, but I might still get it. Especially if I'm going slow like that. Please, Banjo. Thank you. We might be good. So basically, you want to grab all the nodes, and as you grab the last node, you go up and grab the bubble needed to not drown. And if you miss that, then you have to wait for the fish to poop another bubble, and then you lose that other cycle that I was talking about. So I had to grab that extra one. So I'm probably going to miss a cycle, but it's not that bad. Am I going down the right way? Yep. So there are quite a few underwater sections in this level. You usually want to do as most as possible while you are underwater, since these parts are quite slow, as you can see. So I could have grabbed this cycle 10 seconds earlier, if not more. So then the next cycle I'm going to grab is going to be, once I get out, everything I'm going to do again is going to be on that same 10-second cycle that I'm going to trigger once I come out. So these rings, what you want to do is you want to simply go as fast as possible. The optimal time you could get on Xbox theoretically is something like 22 seconds left on the timer. I'm on a 19, probably 20 pace right now. Yep, late 20. So we got that sweet 20. So missing a second or two there isn't that bad, but again, since it does not affect the cycle itself, it's not as bad as missing some of these jumps out there. So coming up is a trick called bolt jump. I'm gonna attempt it even though I'm not super consistent at it. Oh, I was so close. Sorry, headphone users. So basically, you can jump up there, so you skip this spring pad thing. And I miss it again. Wow. There's another super hard trick coming up there, which is the Honeycomb Backflip. So basically what you can do is you can backflip while you are moving. So we are using that to backflip midair. Please grab the note, Banjo. Please. No, screw this. Sadly, we missed it. Aww. But yeah, you could have backflipped there and got the honeycomb, got back up, and went to this part here. So what it saves is grabbing these nodes down there after the next cycle, and it also enables you to get an earlier Clankers cycle out of that. By the way, by cycles, I mean this one time, it was getting what they call the bolt cycle. So falling down the hole in the bolt, there's like a 2 to 4 seconds that is up there, and then all the rest of the time it's down, and you have to wait for it to open. What we're doing here is basically on that fine line, like on that corner here, you are 100% safe from these saw blades. So you can just run over them, grab the notes, and then go back without getting hit. It's not that hard to do, but you have to know when to go grab the notes without getting hit. Please, Banjo, grab the jiggy. So basically, grabbing a jiggy underwater skips the 4 seconds cutscene I was talking about. So you want most of these cutscenes to be skipped one way or another. So there are only a few levels in the run where we won't be skipping the jiggy dance, but in most of them we will be doing that one way or another. Those feathers were extra feathers just in case we mess up a bit in TTC. So if we would have gotten that honeycomb jump, we would have gotten these notes already. So that's where we lose the most time from missing the honeycomb jump, is by having to swim all the way over there instead of grabbing the notes on the way. Why did you stop moving, Snippets? More animal cruelty. Rip animals. Nice. So basically, you wanna be up there when you kill the last one, so you can skip the actual jiggy cutscene once again. And here comes the most stressful part of this level. So what you're doing there is you go underwater once and you grab everything that's left in the level. If you miss one thing on Xbox, then you're ripped, pretty much. So I'm going to be a bit silent there. Okay, this is going to be quite close. Yep. I should make it, but it's going to be super close. So those 7 notes, that honeycomb and the jigsaw piece there that you grab in that last swim. So what you want to do is grab the last jiggy over there and die immediately. So you can dead warp to the beginning of the level and just exit the level. By the way, you can jump, you can run under these chompas or most of the things that goes out of grill or these birds in the last level. As long as the timing is right, then you can run just right or under it and then ignore it. Few eggs. So we're unlocking the 4th level, then we're gonna go to TTC, which we would have done it already if we were on N64. So the upcoming level, TTC, is one of the most technical levels in the run. And it's also one of the hardest levels to do casually. Since it's huge, it's where you learn to fly. So there's lots of stuff up there that you need to grab, either while flying or after flying. And again, on N64, if you die, you lose everything. So it can be deceiving and lots of people have issues with that. Either speedrunning or just doing it casually. By the way, starting here, most of the routes are going to be similar to N64. The most different route is going to be Man Monster Mansion, as well as Click Lockwood, the last level. But all the other routes are pretty much exactly the same on N64 as it is on Xbox. Plays Captain Blubber. There are days where Captain Blubber is nice and pushes you to the jiggy, so it makes you skip most of the jiggy dance animation. But this is completely RNG, so there's like no way to know if you're gonna get it or not before you exit this the bottom of the ship. All right, we got it. Nice. So I used to miss this thing because the height you get when grabbing the note is super important to get the jiggy after that. If you do not have enough height, then you end up hitting the chest and you lose so much time, having to go back usually to the flight pad or having to eat the jiggy dance animation. But since we got it, we can then just big bomb to the next part, which is nice. Just had to check how many HP I had so I could do the next part. Nice. So you want to grab these alcove jiggies when you're flying because going out of there is so freaking slow. So the more jiggies you can get while flying, the more jiggy dances you can skip. Because if you land, then you have to eat that jiggy dance. By the way, you'll see that sometimes I go inside the water real fast, and that's a strat called a quick dive. So basically, if you let go of all the inputs as you drop off an edge on talent trot, or you enter talent trot as you drop off the edge, you're gonna be diving for all the length of the animation. What the heck? Okay. Rip quick nipper. So basically, you can clip in nipper, and then hit him from this place. So you don't have to actually beat him the normal way, which is waiting for him to attack and then going in and then hitting in.
You just killed them.
More crabs. Rip all the crabs except Pixel Crab. Pixel Crab is awesome. For those who with FFZ, don't hesitate to spam Pixel Crab, PXL Crab, which is a cute little emote. For all the crabs lover out there. No, we fell down that tree, it's alright. Nice, we got it. So there what I've done is, usually you'd have to jump down and throw the eggs into the leaky the bucket to fix his leak. But you can actually throw the eggs from up there, so you don't have to go down and poop the eggs. Oh, these notes. I think we're good, yep. So we're grabbing that last ginger there. We're gonna try and grab the jiggy while flying if we can. If not, it's still on the way, so. Oh, almost got that jump. This jump is quite tricky. It all depends on when you jump at the beginning and when you peck. But it's always worth a try. But yeah, the biggest downside of doing TTC after Clankers is that grabbing that last Honeycomb, you notice that my health got refilled. And since my health got refilled later on, I have to die. So I need to take some damage before doing to that death warp place. So the death warp is actually a bit faster and a bit more consistent. Go away, crab. All right. So we all good on notes? There are those last 4 notes in there. That last diggy. And then we're done with the level. that backflip though. I think the optimal time here is 74 seconds left. I left a few seconds there by oops. Please don't. No! Goddamn. No! Rip. Since I did not grab the Jiggy there, I don't even know. Is it? Oh well. So we have to go back there, do the puzzle again. This time I'm gonna eat the cutscene and kill the crab since it's gonna be slower to death warp up there than to actually eat the cutscene. Yeah, and we got everything else, so we're all good for everything for the rest. But usually what you would want to do is you would want to grab the Jiggy, jumping over the crab, and then die as you fall down. That way you die with the Jiggy in your hand, so the game saves the fact that you got the Jiggy, but then you death warp to the beginning and then you're done with the level. The next level coming up is going to be Bubble Gloop Swamp. This is where I'm going to need the notepad.
Notepad? Alright.
Or memory or whatever you want.
I could take a picture if needed.
No, it's not a picture. It's going to be a sequence that I need to remember and then copy over.
Okay,
So I'm going to tell you letters.
You tell me letters and I type it out.
Yep, exactly. And then you tell me those letters.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna have to grab these Honeycomb just in case. Oh, this place is so clear. Usually it's super dark in there. There's almost no way of knowing where you are. But basically, if you jump off these slopes left and right, you do not slide down and do not get damaged by the swamp. Because usually you would have to grab the boots near the beginning of this section to go there and then grab the boots again to go back to the Bubble Gloop entrance. But since we're doing that and not eating damage while we are jumping off the edges, rip the HP, there you go. Okay, I guess that's enough. It's gonna be in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay.
Okay, we got it. So there are quite a few crocodiles in there that you need to shoot eggs, and the last one you'll shoot is going to give you a Jiggy when it unspawns. So basically the whole Bubble Gloop route is based off the sequence of crocodiles, since you need to grab that Jiggy anyways. So the level might feel unoptimized compared to some others, but it's quite fast still. No. Damn. Okay, we got it. Please, egg, I want the Jiggy. There you go. this part is pretty much straightforward. You go to grab the Jiggy. On the way, you grab a few things. Since I'm low on eggs, I'm gonna grab a few extra one there. Usually on N64, you would get an extra 50 eggs when you learn the eggs move. But again, on Xbox, since you do not learn eggs during the run, then you have to grab a few extra eggs here and there. And those are some of them. Once you have the invulnerability moves, these are quite easy to kill. Pretty much run into them and that's it. Coming up is a trick called hut jump. Usually you would have to smash all these huts. Okay, never mind. These jumps are quite tricky. We got one. Face camera, thank you. So yeah, usually you'd have to smash all of them to get to the top. I'm only gonna smash those two ones. Maybe that other one. Yeah, I'm gonna smash it. But you can also skip those two. It's just that the before last jump is way harder. So it's way more inconsistent. And that last one, if you miss it, then you might die depending on how much HP you have. What I could have done here is trying to roll down as soon as I shot the egg to hit the switch as the egg hits the crocodile. It would have overlapped the cutscenes and would have skipped one of them since they're overlapped. But I wasn't even sure if the egg was going to hit, so I would have lost more time if the egg had missed than waiting for the cutscene, the second cutscene. But when you are 100% sure that the egg goes in the crocodile, then you just go for it and try to hit the switch. Nice teddy bear you got there.
Oh yeah. Thought it's relevant.
Just got the fun.
It only took you about...
No, I saw it like 10 minutes ago, but I just had the time to actually commentate on it. So the turtle thing is coming up.
All right.
So that's where
I figure.
It's gonna be the second and third one. Usually the second one I can do it without notes, but the third one might be more tricky depending on the pattern.
Okay. I think I remember this minigame from a kid.
I hated it as a kid because I was trying to do it without notes. And each time you miss one, what the heck? Please. Okay. So every time you miss one, you lose 1 HP. And remember that on N64, if you die, you lose all your level progress. So as a kid, it was a nightmare to do that thing without notes. And there you can do a trick called tip-top skip, which is basically what I'm doing but times 2. Since on Xbox, oh, all right.
Is it numbers or letters?
Letters.
Letters?
But yeah. Again, that first round is alright, no need to write down. Starting there, you can write the letters, like the first letter of each. B, Z, R, C, R. B, Z, R, C, R.
BZRCR, hooray.
B, Z, R, C. These are RNGs, so sometimes you'll get super nice pattern and sometimes you won't. And this time I think I got a bad pattern. But it's alright. Z, J, B, Z, C, R, Z. Z, J,
E, Z, D, R, Z.
B, J, B, Z, C, R, Z. Z, C, R. Wow, that's one of the worst patterns you could ever get as far as RNG goes. The best pattern would be going from red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, and all over again. But yeah, that tip-top skip is basically if you jump on it as he starts talking or as he's finished talking, then you can move during the cutscene or during the time he's talking. On Xbox, since you cannot skip most of the text, it's almost useless to do the second part of the skip. But what I do instead is I grab the Honeycomb up there while he's talking, so I don't lose that much time backflipping after the minigame. So it still saves a bit of time. For HP. So depending on how much HP you have over there, if you're almost full, what you could do is skip that second pair of boots and just go on challenge trot over and do the maze that way. But since I'm only at 4 HP, I have to get the second pair of boots because it's still faster than grabbing the extra 2 HP I need to skip it. Because the time save is so little compared to grabbing the extra health. The third pair of boots, as long as you have more than 3 HP, then you can go on and just jump. What the heck? There we go. So we're gonna transform as the crocodile. Our friend runner Dickescon has an awesome song for this part, though I don't know the lyrics by heart, so I won't attempt singing it. So, but if you want to hear the song, go over on his channel and watch one of his run. He's an awesome guy. He's got an awesome time, awesome runner. So shout out to Dickescon for the Val song. So basically this game is on a timer, so it's pretty much an auto-scroller, except that you have to win, to actually win the game. So since there's a lot of rubber banding during the minigame, you can grab pretty much anything you want during the first few seconds. Since either way, you still have to spend 60 seconds per round, and there are 3 rounds in there, as long as you win. So I'm just gonna go around, grab all the collectibles I need for later on, and then go and crush him, hopefully. Before the FFM, the moves glitch was found, we used to do this part as the crocodile, but without the shoes. So the minigame was actually way harder than that. But with the shoes, it's so much easier. Like, there are still ways to lose, because again, there is so much rubber banding in this minigame that if you go too far ahead, he's going to be so fast and the things might spawn just in front of him that you might still lose the game. So the safest way to go around this is simply going for the same worms as he's going for. So as he gets faster and faster, you can still follow him and grab his worms. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. It's gonna be so freaking close. No. Okay. Please, please, please. All right, got it. That was so close. So basically, if you lose to Val, what happens is that he hits you for 2 HP. So you either have to exit the place, which resets all 3 minigames and you have to redo it, or you die if you have less than 3 HP, which is the case right now. I have 2 HP. So each 10 seconds it switches to the yellow ones, to the red ones, called Yumblies and Grumblies. I'm gonna try and snipe some of his worms. Okay, we're good. So you want to end this mini game as close as him as possible, so you do not trigger the zone where he talks to you again and asks if you want to play again. Especially on Xbox again, since you cannot skip the text, then you lose like 10 to 15 seconds to him asking if you want to play the mini game again for extra lives. By the way, we won't need notes for everything else. We're done with the notes. The only thing we're gonna need is that at the end.
Figured that.
Just so you know, so you don't have the phone out all the time. So here again, I dead warp. It's gonna be faster than going to the beginning of the level. We got everything we needed in there. So usually the next level would be Freeze Easy Peak, which is a snow level. But since we already have all the moves, we don't actually have to go there, and we're gonna skip straight to Gobi and to go back to Freeze Easy Peak later. The reason for that is there is a Jiggy that you can spawn somewhere in the lair in a later level. That's faster to get as you exit Freeze Easy Peak. So that's why you do Freeze Easy as late as possible. Okay, we got this. So usually you would have to go around and activate the spring pad, go into the pot on the other room, and then fall down there. But with the spring pad, you can get up there without the other one, I guess, without the urn thing. And it's way faster than going back and then going here again. So it's the urn that we would have fallen into to get the Jiggy that we just got. Well, we skipped that. We're still gonna need the spring pad itself because there is skip coming up after I unlock Gobies, in which I'm gonna be grabbing this Jiggy that should have been spawned by a switch in Gobi, but for some reason the Jiggy is already there, so I'm just gonna be able to clip through and get the Jiggy without opening it and saving the cutscene. Also the time to go around and grab that switch. I missed the Jiggy? Okay, I'm gonna check pause screen after that. Where would I miss the Jiggy? What the heck? somewhere in Bubble Gloop. Which Jiggy did I miss? What? Oh, I didn't go back. Oh, okay. Okay, it's not that bad. Okay, so I actually have to go back. Never mind what I said earlier. Oh goddamn, all these dumb time losses today.
It's a marathon.
Yeah, marathon run hype. Thanks for letting me know, by the way, chat.
The only time they're using it.
Rip world record. Oh no. The nice thing though is that since I'm not losing my world progress on Xbox, I can just go back and get the Jiggy as Banjo. I think I can. I should be able to. Or can I? Can I? No! Or maybe this way? I'm gonna try one last thing. There we go. Finally got it.
Check that out.
So we finally out of Bubble Gloop. So Hag was asking, I think it was Hag, asking earlier if I'm getting stressed out for this run. Now you got your answer. That's what happens when I get stressed out. I tend to miss stuff. Probably gonna be missing the pad there, yep. So we do the same thing there. That's the Jiggy I was talking about, the switch Jiggy. So you can just shoot an egg or roll if you're on the N64 version and grab the jig instantly without hitting the switch before. Go bees, go bees, go bees. A level where so many things can go wrong, you'll see. I got the best ring, but I wasn't fast enough to actually go around and get the ring with the shoes. Because it's possible, it's a bit faster to go grab the ring with the shoes when you're there than to do a backup ring later on. But how those ring works is that once you enter a loading zone or exit a loading zone, they reset to the initial position. So we're gonna abuse this throughout the level. Okay, we got it. I'm gonna explain this one later. So yeah, the rings reset each and every time you exit the zone. So basically what you want is you want to exit the zone, grab the first ring, and then do your stuff if you're near. So what I did to enter this place, usually you would have had to shoot eggs into Gobi, the Sphinx nose, sorry. Gobi is the camel. But what you can do is that there is a small angle there in which you can big bust or big barge, whatever the name of the move is. Oh my god. But yeah, basically what you can do is you can simply do that move there and flip through these things to go into the loading zone. Usually you would have had to do these rings while flying, but it's actually a bit faster to just grab them on the way, again, since they reset at that place. Please. No. Okay. Safe. I was about to say that I was low on HP, so losing 1 HP there wouldn't have been a great thing. Oh, where are you at? There you go. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do it in this order. So basically the pattern here is always exactly the same, but the images on it are RNG. So if you hit all it's always going to be the same hits and same order that you're going to have to do, but the images are going to be always different. Again, you want to end this memory match as close as to the middle as possible, so you can skip again some of the jiggy grab cutscene called the jiggy jig. I think I'm gonna miss the ring, yep. I could big bomb there, but I won't attempt that today. Nice, we got it. So basically you can big bomb in Grabba's hand to grab the jig instead of using the shoes to go there. It's a bit tricky, but it's not that hard to do. Oh no, okay, I did not land. And we're gonna grab the notes around him, around Grabba's jiggy just a bit later. Uh-oh, that HP though. We're getting quite low. What am I doing? Oh no. Here comes that unskippable text. There has to be one mistake per level, and this is the mistake I'm gonna do in Gobies, I guess. That is not us. That feedback though.
probably down there. No, I'm one in the back. Because we've been doing it behind.
So if I had a bit more HP, I would have attempted to big bomb over to the camel to grab its Jiggy. But since I do not have enough HP, and if I miss it, I'm going to lose 1 HP, I'm just going to ground pound there. But if you big bomb to the camel, to the rock, there's a chance that you're going to skip the Jiggy dance, but this is super inconsistent. Rip the gold feathers again. Again, we are 1 HP. Fun fact here is that most of the timers on Xbox and emulator go faster than those on N64 or act a bit differently. Here, what happens is that the door closes earlier on Xbox than it does on N64. So if you miss a note there, then you have to redo the whole thing once again, all over again, because you don't have time to go back and grab that note. I'm going to use a few gold feathers there to get a few extra HP, just in case something bad happens. There we go. So coming up is the infamous maze. If you've played the game casually before, you probably hate this maze, because the music itself makes it so stressful. I think I've missed the ring. I should have grabbed the ring there. So I'm gonna have to go back after the maze to grab the ring. But yeah, if you're running the game, then all you have to do is to jump over that, and then you can go all the way to the other end without having to go through it at all. We're gonna try not to miss the Banjo Kazooie this time. We've already done our Gobi's mistake, that's enough. 80, then we should grab the Jiggy, go up. So that was the last ring. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go grab the rings Jiggy with the shoes a bit later. And I'm gonna grab the note I've missed there. Because this is a marathon run, I'm gonna go safe and grab 1 extra HP. Because it's possible after grabbing one of the last notes that I'll be falling down into the lava. So I need 4 HP to grab all the last notes. So with 5 I have that extra one that I can lose anytime. Oops. So we grab the shoes. Again, with the shoes, you can skip. Getting a Jiggy with the shoes skips the Jiggy dance. So again, we are using that to skip that 10th Jiggy animation, which is the longest one with about 10 seconds. No! Oh. That's one of the two reasons why I got that extra HP. Let's hope that I do not lose another HP piece going down. So I still have 11 notes to grab. Okay, we got it. We're safe. We should have 4 HP left. So again, with that warp to go back to the beginning of the level, and then we're done with Gobies. Coming up is the Mad Monster Mansion level. It's one of those few levels that have different routes on Xbox and on N64, at least theoretical routes. I'm currently the only one to use the newest prototype Xbox route, that Shadow Worm, and I made it, I think it was a month ago. We still don't know how faster it is or if it's even faster, but it uses the fact that we can dead warp mid-level to exit the church instead of doing it near the end. Again, it's quite hard to test stuff on Xbox since there's no task tool or like anything to save state and replay. Whereas on N64 you can just load up an emulator and test out stuff with save state or with game shortcodes. Hope they're not telling that we're missing a Jiggy. The way back to the level is so freaking slow. I wish there was a way to make that faster, but I guess there's none. I hope you guys all got used to the Roo sound of Kazooie jumping, because you're gonna have that for about an hour or an hour and a half still. So we break this gate for later on where we need to get back there as a pumpkin. Here comes the new route. So this church has a super tight timer. If you didn't break the gate before, I might even miss the entrance. So basically you're supposed to be breaking the gate before. Oh, I made it. Did I? Nope, never mind. I thought I made it with that pack, but this was so close. Yeah, you have about half a second buffer for that to execute it perfectly, and I think the error I made was pecking too high on the door. Here comes the church part. Oh damn, I'm full HP. Please, just get up there. Wow. So here the pattern is always exactly the same. All you have to do is to wait for him to start playing, and then you can do the whole pattern, like the whole first part, and then do the whole second part after he's done talking again. So all you have to do is to memorize this pattern. Usually you'd have to wait for him to play the notes and then repeat after him.
Nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Nope. So that's the GD I needed to spawn before entering Freeze Easy, because it's faster to grab it after Freeze Easy than going back for it, like if you do it afterwards. Did I grab those two already? I think I did not. So. No, damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to that warp somewhere else. Damn. I was talking about safe strat earlier. What I would have done usually is grab these nodes before going up there. So now I have to go die to the bees. Bees of shame. So I can get back to the start pad and do the other half of the route. Please. Don't have any gold feathers left because I used them all on these stupid ghosts, so it's too bad. So going up that fence is just a bit faster than going around and use the spring pad. So this is pretty much like any other mini game where you have to write something. Basically, you write Banjo Kazooie with something. This time it's a Ouija game. Try to get hit as less as possible. Having a few issues with that, but we're all right. Grab these 3 notes. Fluttered a bit too fast there. So basically, I opened those small windows for later on where I'm gonna be the pumpkin and I'm gonna need to go inside all these windows, but I cannot break windows as pumpkin, so that's why I went around and broke some of these. Coming up is Napper. The only tricky part with this guy is that if you hit the floor, he's gonna wake up and you're gonna have to go around all over again and enter the house so you can grab the Jiggy. If you stay on the chairs or on the table, then you're okay. Since it's not the creaky floorboards. I know. Poor Banjo. So it's another of these tricky jumps where you need to jump as the hive is on the highest point of its animation, and then peck to get up there. There's a way to do it without pecking, but it's way more consistent when you peck, so. That window is what they call the scrub window. So basically, if you do not have enough collectibles to finish this level, you can go there and just grab them there. By the way, those pots actually say thank you and not fuck you. basically, only things left in this level is the stuff that you get as the pumpkin, or the stuff that we skipped and that we're going to grab as the pumpkin. There's that bot jiggy we spawned earlier. Then we're gonna go up the roof and into these two windows that we broke earlier. By the way, if you grab a honeycomb like that, it would usually refill your health when you grab the last one, the sixth one. But since I've exited a loading zone as I grabbed it, it skipped the refill, so I still have only 2 or 3 HP left. C'est du rare. Conquer est pire. So doing the jump I done there skips having to open the door in the courtyard. So it saves a few seconds. So okay, I need to get hit 3 times since I need to death warp there. I'm gonna get hit there. And there it is. So that was the last collectible for this level. We're done with the mansion. So next up is the fun part. It's where we reset because it's a bad run. There's a way to double jump on there, but it depends on where the ghost is. So as I said, here's a reset, boys. Rip, run. I don't know if you recall the switch I hit inside Clankers Cavern. So this is the jiggy that it spawns. We grab it there since we're reset. We're going through that anyways, so we wait till the end to get there. Pretty easy peak, that's no level. It's a level that we were supposed to do earlier, but since we got all the moves, we didn't have to do it. But since we're 100% we're doing the game 100%, we need to get there and grab all the stuff we need there. That's a lot of there. The twing, please. That's a fun part, you see? So basically what you can do is when the munchers are off screen and they spawn, looks like it doesn't spawn the collision of them. So the Twinklies can go through them without getting hurt. Usually you would have had to hit all these munchers multiple times so the Twinklies get through. Like these little lights are the Twinklies. Did I get the note? Alright, looks like I did. Oops. That's the wrong way. Let's grab a few extra feathers. Why don't you go through the star, please? Wow. So basically, instead of going back into the star flying, you can simply ground pound and go there. What happens is that the game doesn't think that you can go there without flying. So when it spawns you back from the cutscene, it automatically gives you flying back. So even if I landed, I'm still flying. Oh damn. Okay. Rip the pipe, Jiggy. You can, yeah, I could have big bomb there and I could have grabbed the Jiggy, but the angle was a bit, well, I was coming from two upwards, so I couldn't grab the Jiggy. So instead of realigning myself to grab it, I just went around and grabbed it while flying. Still skips the animation, so I'm fine. So coming up are the Snowman Snipe. So basically using the big bomb attack, you snipe all these snowmen's hat. Basically, to aim these big bombs, how the game handles them is that it's always going to aim the exact center of the screen, pretty much like in FPS shooters. Okay, I guess. Oh well. So yeah, it's always going to aim the center of the screen, no matter what direction Banjo is facing. So as soon as the target you want to hit is in the middle of the screen, then you can big bomb and it's gonna work 100% of the time. And here comes washing machine. So yeah, basically the washing machine is RNG. There's about 1 chance on 40 to get that for each transformation you go through. The only thing that it does, it's that Mumbo tells you though he's done the wrong spell and blah 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 blah. Loses about 10 seconds on N64 and about 15 to 20 seconds on Xbox. It's all RNG, so we cannot do anything about it, sadly. Sometimes the game is just, alright, I won't give you any washing machine or troll transformations, and sometimes you will get 2 or 3 of them during a run. Coming up is the first race. The tradition wants the chat to spam wahey during both these races. So please everyone spam wahey as much as you can. W-A-H-H-Y. Please, all the waheys. Wahey! So these races are lots of rubber bending. So if you get too far ahead, he's gonna go super fast, and if you are so super far behind, he's gonna go slow. So what you want is you want to be a bit behind when you need to go grab some stuff, and don't mind if you get a bit behind, because he's gonna slow down. But again, might be a bit slower. Still try to go fast. What you want there is you want to be behind them after this point, so you can grab a few notes along the way and he doesn't pass by. See, since he is slow, then I can just go up there and finish the race. So that's the first race. There's going to be another one, so if you didn't spam wahey during this one, there's going to be another chance later on. Sorry mods. Still love y'all. Je capote. Je vais te dire ça quand tu vas faire la slide en 120. By the way, these presents are for Bogey's kids. This poor dad cannot take care of his kids, so it looks like we have to bring them presents ourselves. He preferred doing races with walruses and bears instead of taking care of his kids. There's a way to grab most of these nodes during races, but the timing is quite tight and it's not viable for a marathon run. Plus, I still haven't learned the exact strat for that, so I wouldn't risk it right now, but there's a way to do it. Oh, the colors are so bright. All that red. By the way, chat, tell me if I missed a note in there. Don't think I did, but I might have. So that's a third present. Okay, this could have gone a bit better, but was still decent. Basically, by sliding down there, you take less fall damage than just falling down like a standard fall down state. So you can just jump down and not worry too much about the fall damage. And it's way faster than just running up there. For the last part of the level, I'm gonna need at least 5 HP. You can do it with 5 or you can do it with 6 to be safe. So again, I'm gonna use a safe strat and do it with 6. It's not way slower, it's like 2 or 3 seconds slower, so I don't mind really. Compared to dying, having to do that stuff all over again. Remember, I want some Wahey spam. Chat, you can do this. Give it all you got. Big gateway. Same thing as earlier, I'm gonna let him go in front so I can grab the last note and the token there without losing the race. There we go. We got it. So you can stop the Waheys. If you spam Wahey, you can stop now. It's alright. If you want more Waheys, just go watch any Banjo run that gets there. It's a tradition. I don't know from where it is, but it's been quite a while. I've been running this game for more than 6 months, and people are spamming Wahey from probably much more than that. So that's one of the only 10 Jiggy dances that we're gonna eat, I guess. Usually you would have to get there as the walrus, but with the quick dive mechanics, you can go there as Banjo, eat the damage, and then death war from inside there. So basically, grab the last collectibles again, that warp, and then we're done with first ZP. Wahey! So now we're gonna go to the flight path and hopefully grab these 2 Jiggy on the same flight. If we don't, we're gonna lose about a minute going back to the flight pad. Oh, goddamn. Oh, camera, please. Okay, we got it, I guess. Now we're going back on the other side. There's a Jiggy that we didn't spawn technically, and we're gonna do pretty much like the Gobi's Jiggy and use a big bomb to get it through the door. the next level is going to be Rusty Bucket Bay, which is the huge level with a boat in the middle. I'd say half the people love it because of the theme, the music, and like the level design itself. But the other half of the people hates the level just for that one room called the engine room, where you can die 1,000 times. Non. Ben, gadon. Bottle se l'apprend dans le premier niveau. Hein? Aurait pu? So there's a lot of things that can go wrong in Rusty Bucket Bay, but the main one is the engine room. You'll see that we're gonna have to clip through the propellers in there, and the angle to clip through them is quite specific, and if you miss it, you just fall down through them. So each time you die, you lose a bit more than a minute. Here comes engine room. On a casual run, you would have to go inside one of the ship's not funnels, but these pipes to go slow down these propellers and those cogs. Not the cogs, but the rolling things are there. But since we are speed running, we ain't got time for that. So here comes the dangerous part. Let's all hope for the best. Okay, first one is fine. So basically you have to ram into them running, and then as soon as you get the recoil from the damage, you roll and use the damage the invulnerability frames from the damage you got to get through the blades. Nice, we got both. Awesome. And then to get out of this room, you can clip through this thing, the window over there. For some reason, they put a gap over where this window is. And so you just go through like that. As simple as that. So the propeller is on a timer, so I have to grab the jiggy and exit the propeller section before the timer ends, or I die and might miss the jiggy. Also, when you are underwater in there, you lose your air twice as fast as you would usually be. Here's the jiggy, we got out. You also lose air when you are over the water in this level. So before going in there, we're gonna go to the grunty switch over there. Okay, I guess. Could have been better, but it could have been way worse than that, so I'm pretty satisfied. So here, usually you would have to fight this guy, but since you shoot eggs before he closes down on the Jiggy, you don't have to actually fight him and you can just grab the Jiggy and leave. And it's possible, there's a frame perfect trick you can do in there, and which also skips the Jiggy dance in that boombox room. Most of what's left is basic routing, I guess. So you just grab all that's left as fast as possible. Okay, screw the token. I'll grab the extra HP though, just in case. We don't want to die mid-level. We don't lose node, but we do lose some time having to go back where we were. We still try not to die on Xbox unless it's intended within the route. It's not the case in Rusty Bucket Bay. Missed it. If I would have gotten into that pipe before the crate went down, it would have skipped the crate going down cutscene, which saves about maybe less than that, probably something like 3 or 4 seconds. Please? Just get into the window, Banjo. By the way, when I'm going up ladders and poles, you'll see that I'm ground pounding on them. What's happening is that it's a bit faster to ground pound at the right moment than to just go up the ladder the usual way. If you mistime it, it might be fast. It might be slower though. So you really have to time it well, or else it will lose you time. The ladder ground pounds in this run were okay, so not much time lost to these. What's with the backflip today, though? Oh. I didn't know I had to start it over. Stupid muscle memory. 2, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, and you want to land where the Jiggy is gonna spawn, so you save the Jiggy dance. Here's an extra HP for later on. Oh, never mind. Screw the extra HP. And also screw the token up there. If I had way more HP than that, I could have damage boosted up this guy. But since I only have 2 HP and these guys does 2 damage, I won't risk that. Same for these two. These 4 in fact. We saved the dolphin. Doesn't it look like a dolphin to you?
I don't know what it is.
Wait, grab the last note. There we go. So we got all the notes now. So only thing left is the last honeycomb and the last Jinjo. So we get the dolphin Jiggy. By the way, if the shark is annoying, you can just peck on him and he's gonna ignore you for a while. Also, there's a way to skip this Jiggy dance. Still, I still have troubles with it, so still trying to go for it. So the only reason why we are going in this room is for that stupid honeycomb. That's the last one we need in this level. That's also the last collectibles in the level. Honeycomb? Nice! Usually I would have died from fall damage there, but I wasn't high enough while flying, so I had to go to this guy to die. It's alright, only lost like 5 to 7 seconds to that. Is there a way to have a table or something for the laptop later on so I don't have to
I can put it
annoy
on my lap.
Sure.
Tell me when you need it.
It's gonna be after this level. This level is about 20 minutes long. After I'm done with with the next level, then I'm gonna leave the laptop.
Okay. Just let me know when you need it.
Sure. Okay, screw this. You can go up this leaf, up there, just by backflipping. But if you miss it like once, it's not worth it anymore. So I usually try it once and then go and do something, go the other way around. So from here, you have two choices. You can either talk to Brentilda and get some of the answers for the quiz that's going to be up later, or you can not talk to her and rely on RNG. On Xbox, talking to her loses about 45 seconds. And on N64, talking to her loses only about 10 to 15 seconds. So usually on N64, you would want to talk to her unless you purely want to rely on RNG. On Xbox, it's usually worth it to not talk to her. So we are about to enter the last level of the game before the quiz and the final boss. It's called Clockwood. This is the other level that's quite different route-wise because of Xbox. Since I'm going to be able to dead warp pretty much at the end of every season except summer. Since there's something I do in summer that gets reset if I die after it. So basically it's the same level but with 4 seasons. So in every season the collectibles are different, the enemies are a bit different, and the layout of stuff, general stuff is a bit different too. Token, please. What's with the token? Okay, I guess. How many do we have? 18. It's a bit low, but I can live with that. Mistakes were made. What's nice about Clockwood is that it's a level in which, yes, you need to transform, yes, you need a lot of token to do that. But there's also lots of tokens in there, so if you've missed any during the run, there are quite a few good backups there. So basically what I did there did not save that much time, but I hit the beehive so the bees could hit me during the cutscene, and getting damage during a cutscene in this game enables Banjo to move, since the game behavior after getting hit is, okay, you can move again. So it just resets that and then you can move during a cutscene. So you'll see that this level is quite movement heavy. So it's not technical in the same way as TTC is, but it's very technical on ground movement. Great spring so far. So that's Eerie the Eagle. So in each season you have to do something for him. On spring you have to track the egg. On summer and fall you're gonna, how's it called? I lost my words. He's gonna eat you're gonna have to give him a few worms to eat because he's hungry. There he is. Then he's gonna grow up during each season, and in winter he's gonna give you a Jiggy for feeding him and making him grow. You're like its mommy. This is such a cute game. Oh damn, I got hit there. Okay, I'm just gonna wait them out. Doesn't save that much time, so. I hope I have enough gold feathers there. Seven is a bit low. I guess I can do it without. Nice, I got usually you would have to use 4 feathers to do this, but if you time the beginning right and the Zubas spawn at the right position, you can do it with only 3 feathers, and you need 2 to 4 feathers to complete the level to get some of the notes that are inside flowers. So getting only 3 feathers used there gets me the 4 feathers I'm gonna need in fall later on. You don't have to kill this guy to hit the switch. Save the animals. Poor beaver, he couldn't get into his house. So we did that for 2 reasons. The first one being there's 2 notes over there, and also in fall, since you opened up his house, he's gonna give you a Jiggy for doing that. Oh damn, almost fell down there. Coming up is the summer house Jiggy. There are 2 ways of grabbing it in summer. The first one being the one I use, which is way safer. Basically, you shoot an egg where the Jiggy is, and just like some of these other clips, you just grab the Jig instantly. The other way of doing it is going inside the house and jumping. It's a bit faster to jump, but also if you fall down, you lose like a minute for having to go back up. So it's a nice safe strat there. And the third way of doing it is just grabbing the Jiggy later on fall, but that loses way more time. So we won't be doing that. Before leaving, I'm gonna grab an extra token up there, as well as a worm for the next season, since we still need to feed him worms, and it's the same worms that you give him in summer that you can give him in fall. So what I did there was a stomp recoil damage cancel. Basically, when you stomp, when you ground pound, there are some invincibility frames when you recoil after that. So you can use these frames to either fall down from super high places or to grab some stuff that would usually damage you. We're gonna death warp once again at the end of this season.
I really don't like this. I try to move and it's really,
There's a strat called the soft puck strat that, like, I'm gonna say higher skilled players do. But basically, what you can do is you can skip hitting gobies, and so skip this cutscene, and simply poop eggs again when going back in spring to become the bee. So what happens when you do that is that the camera locks somewhere during the cutscene, and that if you get hit by the bees like I did on Spring 1 while this cutscene is playing, then you can actually move during the cutscene and go grab the Jiggy after transforming into the bee. But the hard part of this trick is moving blindfolded from the flower to Mumbo's. And if you mess up, well, it's not run rip, but it loses quite a bit of time. And the overall time save from this strat, if you keep the actual route, is less than 8 seconds. Wow, this was close. So most players don't do it because it's not even worth it. Why did I jump down there? Okay, I guess. The buzzer, the thing here can be quite annoying if he happens to be at a certain spot. You might have to kill him going there, but if he's placed good enough, then you can just go past him before he tries to charge you. By the way, in this game, the acorns and the worms have the worst hitboxes I've seen. No! Nice foul, Banjo. Okay. Damn, that's annoying. Okay. But yeah, the worms and the acorns have the dumbest hitboxes possible. No! What's happening to me? What's happening? Please, Banjo. Yeah, this game is very punishing. Either if you fall down somewhere or if you die, there's stuff that you need to do again or that you need to go back to, and it's quite annoying. Yeah, basically, sometimes you will try to go grab these acorns and it just won't grab them for some reason. But the fact is that the hitbox is pretty much 1 pixel in the middle of the acorn. That if you don't go through there, then you don't grab it. So sometimes it will just look like you're going through it. Yay, Squirrel Zappy giving us a Jiggy. Same goes for these worms. The hitbox is actually the center of the worm and not the worm itself. Did I have 10?
Yeah, I was 10, yeah, 10.
I wasn't sure for a sec. Now the bird's happy, he's a big boy now, he's ready to fly. All he needs is some sleep to grow up. Because we all know that sleep makes us grow up that much. No, I did not kill this guy. Oh damn. At least I gave him its food. So we're gonna go back there. Since I already gave him the worms, I don't have to get all the worms again. So what I need to do is go back to the flower part, go spawn the Jiggy, go back up, grab the Jiggy, and then go into Nabnut's house, which is probably closed now since I did not grab the Jiggy. So you're gonna have the chance to see a glitch where I go into Nabnut's house without breaking the boulder in summer. It's possible, but it's quite tricky to do, and it's completely useless in runs where everything goes well. Oh, this fall. We lost so much time in this fall. By the way, if this was N64, the run itself would have been ripped. So that's the power Jiggy. Okay, I guess. As I said, I have to open up the Naughty's house again. So what we're gonna do. Hooray for a nice glitch. Is it still there? Okay, it's over there. No, not this. So you can poop eggs on the rock, and then it will just break it. So There's a beaver out there saying, hey, I cannot get into my house, please help me, because you're not supposed to do that. But there's also his twin brother here, right in the house, thanking you for opening the house. We're probably going to be 10 to 15 minutes behind estimate because of all these mistakes, just so you know. If not, I'd be quite surprised.
Oh, you're still under.
I have 4 minutes in the winter, 2 minutes there, plus 4 minutes in furnace one, and 5 minutes in the fight. 3, 4. I'm gonna go safe and grab it this way. So we'll try grabbing this Jiggy in flight. If we do, then we can go back up and go somewhere else. Skip the dance again, as usual. Nice, got it. I'm also going to Death Warp at the end of that, so it's okay if I take damage pretty much everywhere in there. Most important thing is that I do not die before grabbing everything. So I'm still going to be quite high on HP for the most part. Almost got sniped by the snowman there. Okay. Don't grab it then. Please go up, go out. Thank you, Banjo. Now I have to look at how many tokens I have. I probably have 23 or 24. Okay, so we're at 25. We're okay for the B transform. We don't need any more backups. And we should be good on notes also, so. We're still good to go. Usually I would have wanted to get some damage a bit falling down there. Not there, but going to the snowman. Because I'm going to death warp later on, as I said, so I need to have as low HP as possible. There's a clip to get in there called the winter clip that was recently discovered. I think it was by Banjo. Not sure about that, but I think so. Oh damn, oh damn. Forgot to get damage before, oh well. This is gonna be so much longer. So there's a clip called the winter clip that can make you clip from the window up there where I almost got sniped by the snowman right into this house. The clip is pretty much free on N64, but it's way harder for some reason on Xbox, so that's why we're not doing it in our current route. but it's possible to do it. It's just way harder and way more precise. Okay, here are the last 3 notes. I'm gonna transform into the bumblebee and grab the last Jinjos and the last Jiggy. So that's how you get out of the level. With enough acceleration, you can simply clip out of that hive instead of going out and going back to the start pad. So we got all the collectibles in the game. Only thing left now is the final quiz and final boss. Oh, please, go down. Wow, laptop. What's the current time? Probably 2:20? 2:20 to 2:25?
Is this the thing?
Yeah, I'm already on the... I'm going to be about 10 minutes after average.
That's okay.
But yeah, basically, I'm going to have to type out some of the...
You want me to full screen this?
just turn around.
Turn
this,
around, alright.
And I should be able to type it out. It's going to be faster that way than you typing out.
Yes, it will. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Is the window focused? Now it is. So basically, the whole quiz has quite a bit of RNG in it, but the most important part there is that all the grunty questions, Cactus has the extra honeycomb, all the grunty questions, the answers are randomized. So if you start a new game, it's always gonna be different answers. There are 255 different patterns possible, 256, sorry. And there's a few people who made that calculator. I don't remember the name of the first person who made it, but the person who did the last update was Mittens Hug, and I can't hear anything, too bad. It's a turtle. And yeah, basically it sorts out the remaining patterns based of the good or bad answers you get answering some of the questions. So that's why I got the laptop there. No, that was Click Clock Wood. That was freaking Click Clock Wood. I always mess up this one. This is also Click Clock Wood. I couldn't hear anything, seriously. Oh damn. I wasn't sure about that one. Damn. Okay, rip the quiz. Let's do this again. All over. I think the answer was actually 8. That was pretty easy. Wow, such a bad quiz today. 30 on these. You got a good answer there. So I'm doing the grunty question first. So in case I get a grunty question on either the dead square or the joker square, the dead square being the square where I died earlier on. That's in summer. Rusty. Hot sand. Let's not die this time, please. Saval. That's pretty easy. Slugs too. Great. That's Eerie, that's the bird we just fed. Potato. Rough Rider. Dirty Birdie. Wasn't it the answer? So basically what happened here is that if you answer wrong to a dead square question, the game is supposed to throw you off the board. But there are two dead square where there's a way to not get thrown off the board. And when that happens, then all the walls where the quiz is, we're done with that.
Awesome.
All the walls inside the quiz are pretty much gone, so you can just skip everything that's left to the quiz. And also it skips the fake credits after this part. So it's quite a major skip. Oh no, through the feathers. Ain't nobody got time for feathers. No, we almost got it. Basically, if you jump there directly inside the pot, which is called Dink Pot, you skip the long-ass conversation you're having with him right now. On N64, you can skip the conversation, so you only lose like a second or two. But on Xbox, the conversation is about 1 minute long, so it's a major thing. Like, if you're on 1 minute PB pace and miss that, well, too bad you won't PB. As simple as that. So it's quite a bummer that we missed it, but alright. Looks like something had to go wrong on each split, each level, and hopefully this is the only thing that's gonna go bad in the fight. Time's gonna be coming up in about 4 minutes.
Okay.
If everything goes well.
Hopefully it does.
So basically, if you poop eggs there, what happens is that all the eggs that hit her is gonna count as one hit on her. So you usually want to hit at least 4 eggs to skip the whole first phase. That was close. Again, we're using the ground pound damage cancel, so we do not get damaged by these things. Usually you would have to use a gold feathers to dodge these. These big bombs can be quite annoying also. So close. Please, big bombs. Wow. That's 3. We need 1 more. There it is. I think I got it. Yeah, nice. So basically what I did there was pooping the eggs while they were spawning. So it skips the whole cutscene for the first one. Please aim, Banjo. There we go. Time is coming up in about 40 seconds, maybe
Okay.
a bit less.
But it might be easier to jump on that line instead of on the wall.
I have way enough HP to finish this up, so I should be safe. Three, two, one. And time.
Yay!
Finally done with that. Oh well. So this was Banjo Kazooie 100%. So if you guys want to learn the run, there are quite a few. Well, there's the Discord first that you can join anytime. People there are quite helpful. Just ask us for any tips. As for tutorials, there are some N64 tutorials, and there's also an Xbox tutorial made by Shadowworm. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and we're gonna go to the next run. See ya.